CBD and allergies. Oof, another sticky can of worms, but we'll give it a try. I'm Lex Pelger. I do Canna Education for CV Sciences. And if you want more data, it's at cvresearch.info. And if you want the weekly update, it is on Substack at Cannabinoids and the People. As always, ask me anything. So I'm not actually aware of any data on CBD specifically, but you do have things like this review paper here that's going over the evidence of why cannabinoids could make sense for treating allergies. On the flip side, the thing that's going to annoy people is that also cannabis causes allergies in a lot of people. And we'll get into that in the second half of the video. But for now, the reason that cannabinoids might help is because they can cause anti-inflammatory effects in both the airways and skin of allergic patients. For instance, looking at my research files here, in a mouse model of peanut allergies, an activator of the CB1 receptor reduced immune system activation and promoted a healthy response. Meanwhile, in a guinea pig model of allergies, the asthma and airway inflammation was lowered by inhibiting the Fa enzyme, which is something that both CBD and anandamide do. Then, in a cool paper that came out just recently, you see that in the mast cells, which are the ones that release the histamine that mediates the allergic response. This is a review of how the endocannabinoids modulate the signals of these mast cells and the allergic responses. And so you have the endocannabinoids helping to bring homeostasis to these mast cells that are causing the inflammation of allergies. That being said, as that first review paper mentioned, it's not always a good thing from what we know. Sometimes if you activate the CB2 receptor, you're going to worsen the airway inflammation and the skin allergic responses in patients. And so I am pretty sure that the comments of this are going to be flooded with people talking about how the cannabinoids help them with their allergies, and other people talking about how the cannabinoids worsen their allergies. And I am positive that both are true. When you have something as complex as the endocannabinoid system joining to something as complex as our hormonal and immune systems, it's going to be so complex and everybody's going to have different reactions. Lastly, there is an allergy to cannabis itself. Some people are born with it and they keep smoking until they realize why their lungs get so inflamed. It's a rather sad situation because they enjoyed smoking. Also, it can happen from exposure. There is that terrible story from last year at Trulieve in Massachusetts where someone started to get more and more of an allergic response because of all the cannabinoid dust in the air. It's a new worker hazard that we have to face. And they died from their airway inflammation, and Trulieve's response was terrible. But the allergic responses to cannabis are very real, and I think physicians are still grappling with exactly how we're going to treat that. But it's one more thing happening around this explosion of cannabinoids.